I bought a 1960s Beijing Jeep for just over $10,000 and spent another $1,600 to have it transported back home. After a few days of work, we finally got this little Jeep running and drivable. Brothers, this car is so beautiful. Alright guys, next, we are going to give this Jeep a proper full restoration. The engine and brakes are already in good condition, so mechanically it is solid, but the paint and body are in rough shape. The engine still performs well, but the body panels are badly worn with rust spread all over both inside and outside, which really affects the overall look. Because of that, we will strip the entire car down and go for a complete rebuild step by step. Restorations like this usually require a lot of parts, but luckily, I have plenty of new stock ready to use, so that will save a lot of time. With enough effort, we can bring this 1960s Jeep back to a like-new condition and restore the charm it once had, making it look and feel like it just came out of that era again. So in the end, I made the decision to fully tear it down and rebuild it from the ground up. To remove the body shell, we first took off the engine accessories so the disassembly could go more smoothly. Many people don't know what kind of Beijing Jeep this is, or why it's called that. This is a Model 210 prototype produced by Beijing Automobile Works in the 1960s, with only a little over 300 units ever made. It features a two-door design with four-wheel drive, a top speed of 95 km per hour, fuel consumption of about 14 liters per 100 kilometers, and a climbing angle of over 30 degrees. It can accelerate from 15 to 75 km per hour in just 21 seconds, which was impressive at the time, and with a full tank, it can travel up to 450 kilometers. It also comes equipped with special electrical components and waterproofing, allowing it to wade through water up to 1.2 meters deep. Thinking about it, this car has survived from the 1960s to today, which is not easy at all, so we have to fully restore it and bring it back to its original condition. Guys, here's something really exciting. Take a look at the rear body panels. This metal plate, this specific part. It's just the surface finish and nothing was done underneath. This car is truly amazing. Now we can save time and effort. Just clean up the car and it's good to go. Alright brothers, let's keep going. This car just gets more exciting the more we take it apart. Its panel ribs are really amazing, so fixing it next will be super easy when I go out collecting old cars. I always like getting ones with these original panel ribs, alright? This kind of car, a little 60s Jeep. These panel ribs are just fantastic. Haha. Alright brothers, I won't waste time. Let's speed things up and get to work. While I was driving, I discovered an unexpected surprise. Here. I originally thought this was a special version. Vertical net. I never expected to see this place. He has cut marks. This indicates that the central grille was originally a horizontal design. Also look at this detail. There is putty here. Ah, there are some here too. I thought this was a special version. From the looks of it, this must be the original owner. He went ahead and changed a number on the grille. And if you check this area, all the filler has come off, showing the repairs clearly. So this means we still need to restore it back to its original condition and make it like it was when it first came off the line. Now we need to figure out how to push this little fender out and then separate it to get a proper quote. After over an hour of work, we finally got the body off once the body was separated from the car. I saw that the body itself didn't have major problems. There was just some surface rust, but the engine area was covered in oil. The engine itself was also oily. My goodness, it's a good thing we took the body off, otherwise we wouldn't have been able to see this area since we had already decided on a full restoration. We didn't worry about the engine either. We covered it up properly and gave it a full inspection. Actually, the engine was leaking oil and seeping. It didn't need a full teardown, but we were worried there might be other internal issues, so we decided to take everything apart, inspect it, repair it, and do maintenance. I had always wanted to restore a Beijing Jeep, especially a Beijing Jeep 212, but I could never find the right one this year. I unexpectedly came across an even older Beijing Jeep 210. I feel incredibly lucky. Then in the comments, many friends and experienced drivers said they wanted to see a full restoration video, so I decided to give it a complete overhaul, working from morning to night. Every day, restoring this 60s Beijing Jeep has been extremely satisfying. I really hope we can get it running again soon and bring back its original charm, so let's stop talking and speed things up to get to work. Luckily, we drained all the engine oil, and looking at it, it's dark yellow and already severely degraded. It all needs to be replaced with new oil. At this point, the oil has gotten so bad that the oil pan probably won't get completely clean without taking everything apart, so we need to disassemble it and take a proper look. As expected, our guess was right. Under the oil pan, there was sludge, and all the iron shavings and dirt needed to be completely cleaned. The oil filter screen and its pipe were also cleaned. The oil was leaking from this area, which means the valve cover gasket had gone bad, so we took the valve cover off as well. My goodness, look at this. Luckily, we took the valve cover off and it's all full of sludge. Just by looking at it, the engine in this car should have had pretty high power. And because the previous owner didn't maintain it properly, there is a huge buildup of sludge and carbon inside. My goodness, look at the inside of this. This is all carbon buildup. My goodness, too much carbon can cause engine vibration, higher fuel consumption, difficulty starting when cold, and other problems. In severe cases, it can even lead to cylinder scoring and burning oil. This car's engine had a lot of carbon. Luckily, we checked it in time. The cylinder and piston are fine. It's just the valves that have extra carbon. Once we clean it all up, it will be fine. Cleaning all this carbon is really satisfying. Removing every bit from the surface and restoring it back to its original condition is such a rewarding process. After a whole day of hard work, we finally got every part of the engine inside and out completely cleaned and organized. All the engine parts were completely cleaned, and then we sprayed everything with paint. Now it's time to start the assembly. Brothers, the steel gaskets we ordered have finally arrived. Now we can start installing them. Brothers, we're at the final stage now. Let's replace the steel cables with new ones. The old cables are no good. What is this for? Let's test it on the car, come on. Start. The steel cable doesn't seem right, it's backfiring now. That's it. Let's do it again. Oh, stop. What's going on? Start. Okay. Alright, it's fine. There's no problem. The steel cable was just installed wrong at first, and the valve wasn't sealing properly. Just tap it a bit, and it will be fine. Alright, the engine is working perfectly now, brothers. Next, we'll mount the engine onto the frame. Let's work together and get it done, haha. Restoring a 60s little Jeep. We'll keep updating on the progress today. After several days of hard work, we finally repaired the engine. Looking at it, it was all covered in sludge and dirt, which needed to be completely cleaned. Since I bought this little car every day, feels like I'm full of energy, working from morning to night. I really wanted to restore it as quickly as possible and bring back its original charm. Then take it off-road, go play, and have fun. Haha, many of the screws on this car have rusted badly over the years and have to be removed carefully. One wrong move and they could snap. So when restoring an old car, the most important thing is patience. Spring is really the perfect season for car repairs. Not too cold, not too hot. Alright, let's stop wasting time and speed up the disassembly. He deals with mechanical parts every day. Old parts need to be handled properly, not thrown away recently. After an afternoon of work, we finally separated the chassis, the rear axle, and the front axle. Next, we'll lift it with a forklift. Here's something really funny. All 4 tires on this car are different models, 4 different brands, and they've all worn differently, with no better option. We had to remove them and replace them all with new ones. Brothers, we bought 4 new tires. The old 650 by 16 LT tires will be replaced, and we'll install the new ones soon. To keep this car as original as possible, we specially bought 4 old stock tires. Installing them gives a more authentic vintage feel. It looks really great. After a few hours, we finally got all the tires installed. If you love old cars, you really have to start with the details. Every screw, every spring has to be carefully restored and repaired. Only then can it be perfect and truly original. After an afternoon of hard work, we finally cleaned the front and rear axles. Next, we still need to tackle all the grease and sludge. But this process is really satisfying, so we're going to put on a more energetic song and speed up the work. This is the result of the past few days. The front and rear axles and all the parts of the chassis have been fully painted. Now we can start the assembly. The brothers bought brand new engine mounts. So the front shocks were worn out. We replaced them with new ones with proper cushioning, and also changed all the rubber bushings on the entire car with new ones. Brothers, after several days of non-stop hard work, we finally managed to get the engine and chassis completely ready. Everything cleaned, checked, and prepped. Now the next step is to start carefully breaking the body apart, and we'll do it together. Let's go, brothers. Next, we'll start working on the body. When the front grille arrived, it had been modified by the previous owner. So we need to restore it to its original condition. Since we decided to fully restore this little Beijing Jeep, we have to bring it back to how it was looking at the grille. There's a thick layer of filler. The person who modified it was really skilled. All the welds were done with gas welding using copper, and then covered with a thick layer of filler. It's really hard to tell. Anything has changed. We need to carefully cut it piece by piece without damaging the original grille. We finally remove one section and continue cutting the modified strips. Once all the modifications are removed, the surface is full of welds, which we have to grind smooth. Then according to the original welding interface dimensions, we will remake the grille properly. After fiddling with it for a while, we tried it in place, and it fits perfectly. The dimensions are just right. Once we finish welding it, it will be done. After a full day of hard work, we finally restored the front grille of this 60s Beijing Jeep back to its original condition. Looking at it now, the overall effect is really impressive. Next, we'll remove all the rust from the entire body and refurbish it. Polish all the long panels, smooth out the areas with filler, and make sure all the panel ribs are properly restored. Every part of the car body inside and out from top to bottom was completely sanded and polished to remove all the rust. Then we sprayed it with epoxy primer and followed up with anti-rust paint. At the same time, we sprayed all the parts of the car with epoxy primer and then applied the finish coat of paint. All the car body and every part have been fully painted. Now the next step is to start the assembly. After more than 20 days of hard work, we finally started the assembly. I really want to get it running again soon, and I'm sure everyone watching is also excited to see this car fully restored, so we need to speed up and get it done. After a long while, we finally connected the car body to the frame. Next, we'll take care of all the screws, the wiring, and every other detail to get everything fully in place. Hey, the horn sounds really good. Next, we'll install the headlights and turn signals and get everything properly in place. The original rear seats had leather that was badly worn and cracked, brothers. The original leather was seriously damaged, so we recreated it one-to-one following the original quality. It was really good, and we installed it. Restoring old cars is like this. You solve one problem and another one pops up. It keeps going back and forth, and it's really frustrating. Really great sitting on this seat. You have to adjust it over and over, tweaking the height, the angle, and the comfort until it reaches the perfect state. Many friends have been asking for updates, saying I'm too slow with the restoration. They're waiting for new progress. Sometimes it's really frustrating because restoring an old car requires patience and careful attention. It's not something you can rush. Take the steering wheel, for example. The original was old and cracked. We had to find an old one, and after a lot of effort, we finally got one from old stock. Installing it shows how good the result looks. Brothers, this 60s Beijing Jeep, after more than a month of non-stop hard work, is finally fully restored. Let's take a look and give it a test. This is how the 60s Beijing Jeep looked. When it first arrived, the surface was worn and damaged. Some areas were rusted and cracked, covered in rust stains. Actually, I really love this original authentic state, but many fans messaged me wanting to see how it looked when it was new. I think it's important to respect and follow those suggestions, because everyone really loves this little Jeep, so I decided to fully restore it. After more than a month of effort, it's finally been brought back to this condition. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos.